Governor Kwang Chol reiterates commitment to enhancing basic service delivery and security in Upper Nile State. National Youth Union holds a public lecture focusing on young people's contributions in nation-building efforts. And Unity State communities express hope for peace as the country prepares for Independence Day celebrations. Hello, a very good afternoon and welcome to SSBC News this Sunday afternoon. I am Duku Wilson with the news in detail. Vice President Josephine Joseph Lago has joined the mourners to offer her heartfelt condolence and prayers for the late Theresa Sicio, whose death occurred on June 29, 2025, after a short illness in Egyptian capital, Cairo. During the service, Vice President Josephine highlighted late Theresa's significant contributions to society, describing her as a devoted leader dedicated to community service and the empowerment of women and children. Theresa served in various capacities throughout her career, including as board member of SSBC and as a national member of parliament. Family members, friends, and government officials gathered to pay their last respects and celebrate Theresa's remarkable life and legacy, remembering her tireless efforts to improve the lives of those around.
As a Vice President of the Republic, I'd also like to take this opportunity to, on behalf of His Excellency the President, and on behalf of the entire revitalized transitional government of national unity, to offer a sincere condolence to the family of Honorable Engineer Theresa Sicio. I stand here heartbroken, like many of you. I'm still trying to come to terms with this death, a very painful death. It's painful because I actually didn't know that Sister Theresa was sick. It's painful because our country still needed a woman like her, a distinguished, mature woman politician, a national political figure, to help steer the ship to the right course and destination. It's painful because once gone, there is no coming back. This is not the time to give tribute for the outstanding achievements of the late, but to thank God Almighty for the gift of her life that has clearly touched so many people.
It is going to take time, Mama Theresa. لكن ناد ما بغالب مع ربنا بس نسلي لربنا عشان يخدها في محل كويس لغاية ما نحن نجي. الكلمة ذات لماما تريلا كده ونسوا فوق ناق مع ربنا مشاكلنا كتير. قال لي يا آخر مود يا آخر شوية ولا كيف.
South Sudan has reaffirmed its dedication to bolstering farming initiatives to eradicate hunger and poverty, calling on the Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, of the United Nations to help in funding agricultural-related vital projects aimed at minimizing post-harvest losses and modernizing agricultural practices, as well as enhancing the livelihoods of rural farmers. This comes in a meeting between the Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Lily Albino Akol, and Director General of the Food and Agricultural Organization, Dr. Ku Dongu, where they broadly discussed the current projects being supported by the UN Food Agency in the country. Dr. Ku voiced the organization's commitment to supporting South Sudan's Agriculture Ministry in multiple areas, with Deputy Minister underscoring the significance of strengthening continued collaboration between South Sudan and Food and Organization Ministry.
And this is the beauty of such gatherings, is experience, sharing, and the ability to collaborate. And I think we welcome that, and we will explore it some more. As for my country, South Sudan, as you know, we are the newest country in the world, the youngest, the most vulnerable, and we want to sprint to catch up with where all the other countries are. And the more we sprint, the more difficult the marathon seems to be. But all in all, we do believe that we are in good hands with such initiatives. We do appreciate the partnership with FAO, and I'm sure we will continue in the right path. We have many resources, some as mentioned by my Undersecretary. We are endowed and blessed. All we need is sufficient funding, experience sharing, information, research, and we will develop.
The National Youth Union on Saturday conducted a public lecture program that focused on young people's contributions that led to the country's sovereignty in addition to the current nation-building efforts. The event held at the University of Juba aimed at inspiring the young people or the youth to actively participate in shaping South Sudan's future. In his opening remarks at this crucial gathering, SPLM former Secretary General Dr. James Waniiga advised the young people to prioritize education and refrain from criminal activities, stating that education is a key to personal and national advancement. SPLM-IO Interim Secretary General Agok Makur has emphasized the need to overcome tribal mindsets despite political differences among the leaders.
Let me remind you once more, is used in the struggle for independence. دور السبب في النضال اللي بيودي إلى الاستقلال. كان أنا بتاعتها So I'm going to talk on this. Nation طوال بيجيبني في الذاكرة بتاعتي عن التغيير. وعشان نعرف التغيير ده شنو؟ The meaning of change. ده مهم. لازم نستفيد من الندوة ده. التغيير حسب التعريف بتاعه لعدة scholars أو ناس علماء قالوا التغيير ده عملية بروسيس، عملية انتقال. عشان شنو؟ هي عملية انتقال لرؤية منشودة. ده التغيير. وعشان نحن نعمل عملية تغيير لرؤية منشودة، الحركة الشعبية بتتكلم عن نيو السودان، مش كده؟ ودي رؤية، دي فيجن.
الشباب هم الطاقة بتاعت الدولة. الشباب هم الطاقة بتاعت الدولة. ولما نقول طاقة ده معناته بمفهوم كونسيبت بتاعت الفيزيكس انه ما بيستحدث من العدم ولا بينتهي. لكن كيف نستخدم هذه الطاقة في بناء أو الاستفادة منه؟ ده العنوان الكبير. انه خلاص we agree انه الشباب ده الطاقة. لكن how to use أنه نستغل الطاقة ده في بناء دولة كيف؟ ده هو المسؤولية الأخلاقية، المسؤولية الوطنية، الناس لازم يفكروا.
Members of Juba Parliamentary Caucus of the State Transitional Legislative Assembly, led by Professor Paul Lodu Bureng, doubling as chairperson of the caucus, convened with Governor of Central Equatoria State, Rabbi Mujung Emmanuel, to explore the role legislators can play in advancing peace in their constituencies. Governor Mujung underscored the importance of working jointly with the members of parliament in the state and national levels to address critical issues facing Central Equatoria. Representing the group, Professor Lodu reaffirmed the caucus' full support to Governor Mujung's administration.
We came to give our congratulatory message to our beloved Governor, His Excellency General Rabi Mujung Emmanuel. We are here as caucus of our state parliamentary groups. All of us are behind him and we will always continue to support him, protect him in any problems of our country so that we can have peace in this beloved country of ours. And we thank also our president who wisely brought him as one of his colleagues in the struggle. They were in the bush struggling for our independence, which we received.
It's time to go for a short break. Please don't go away. We are back in a moment. Welcome back. Moving on, Upper Nile State Governor James Kwang Chol has reiterated his commitment to enhancing security, stability, and basic service delivery to the state's citizens, as well as advancing peace and reconciliation efforts amongst diverse communities. Chol made the pronouncement during a presentation of his speech before the State Legislative Assembly in the capital, Malakal. Our correspondent in Malakal, Hafiz Jebel, wrote this report and voiced by Mario Suleiman.
Upper Nile State Governor James Kwang Chol delivers his government speech before the Transitional State Legislative Assembly in the opening sessions for the 2025. The reopening program on Friday attracted members in the House and representatives from the political parties, military leaders, national, regional, and international organizations, and civil society in the state.
After my arrival in the state, in the eastern counties, Ulang and Nasser, currently the security situation in the eastern counties, the security situation in southern counties of Baliad, Akoka, Fashoda, and Makal is calm. The security situation in northern counties of Reng, Maluk, Manyo, and Maban is stable, with the only influx of IDP returnees and refugees coming from Sudan.
The governor outlines the state government's pledge to provide basic service to the public, especially essential service, with a focus on education, health, and food security.
The streets lies in enhancing safety and security, maintaining Malakal internal road to facilitate easier movement of people and goods, supporting agriculture to boost food security and economic growth, maintaining small bridges to improve connectivity, access to market and service, our promoting a culture of peace and stability.
The Speaker of the House, Philip Kolamon, promised to activate the Assembly's oversight role and enact laws that enable the executive body to fulfill its roles in addressing the concerns of the people.
إنني أجدد العهد بأن أكون على قدر المسؤولية الملغاة العاتقي وسأعمل بكل جد واجتهاد لإعادة علاقة تكاملية بين الأجهزة الحكومية الثلاثة التنفيذية التشريعية والقضائية، وسوف نمضي معا إلى الأمام عبر هذه المؤسسة العريقة تحقيق أحلام شعب ولاية آل النيل. نسمن دور حكومة ولاية آل النيل بقيادة سعادة فريق جيمس كونشول للمجهودات التي بذلت من أجل تحقيق السلام الأمن والاستقرار في الولاية.
Peter Ngojo, Acting Minister of Parliamentarian Affairs, asked members in the House to prioritize issues that concern citizens during the current sessions.
In accordance with the discussion we began regarding the new budget, we expect increase in the health and education sector budget, which is a good indicator reflecting the government's commitment to providing services to the people of Upper Nile State.
For SSBC News, Mario Suleiman.
The Jonglei State and Pibor administrative area communities have concluded a two-day governance structures forum in Juba that also addressed insecurity in the region. Speaking at the function, Jonglei State Governor Dr. Guy Kok highlighted the importance of promoting peaceful coexistence among communities and called on the youth to embark on agricultural activities to mitigate hunger in the region. Pibor Chief Administrator Peter Gozulu Maze, on behalf of the area, says his administration is committed to addressing negative activities that include cattle raiding and child abduction for peace to prevail in the region, appealing to all communities to report such activities to the concerned authorities.
Came from very far. I will only all human beings, my brothers and sisters. This is what moved you to make all these sacrifices. You rise in humanity and also offering your time. Any village that will mobilize and attack any neighboring community, the chiefs of that village will be removed all. And I told chiefs, please stop your people from mobilization. If one chief came in with somebody's child or a cow, report it to us. If you don't report to us, we will remove you out. That means you fail. And my orders are enforced fully, and I'm not lying.
Understand that peace cannot come without it being enforced. There are moments that you enforce the peace itself. So we need to enforce this peace. We have signed so many documents, even in front of His Excellency the President, but we never address this. So now, let's go out from here and think about how we can recruit this youth that we have in our counties to be trained, graduated, and let them perform the role of the security sector. And I believe our active ministers of local government will be in position to discharge their duties.
As South Sudan prepares to mark the 14th independence anniversary, the authorities in Unity State officially announced plans to celebrate the historic occasion. SSBC camera toured the streets of Bentiu town to gather public sentiments, with residents expressing gratitude to the state government for organizing the occasion.
As South Sudan prepares to mark the 14th anniversary of its independence, the Unity State government has officially announced its plan to celebrate the historic occasion. Earlier this week, state authorities confirmed the formation of dedicated committees to coordinate the upcoming festivities. In anticipation of the celebration, an SSBC camera toured the street of Bentiu town to gather public sentiments. Residents expressed gratitude to the state government for recognizing the importance of this year's Independence Day. Malalpol assured the public of his readiness and excitement to join the celebration.
ذكرى عظيمة لكل الجنوبيين طبعا وقاعدين يعني مساعدين شديد إنه هنا نخش في استغلال. نتمنى يكون عندنا سلام طبعا بأجل الوطن. لازم يكون عندنا مسامحة شديد طبعا.
Angelina Nyadwar, a small business owner at the corner market, shared her excitement and appreciation for the event, noting how much it means to her as a citizen.
I am so happy for this 9 July celebration of independence, our nation. It is good now for our sons who have come to ask our reaction on this 14th anniversary celebration. We are now independent and enjoy the freedom of being citizen. We really thank God. It is good now to have a country. Now everyone is enjoying the advantage of this independence. That is why we express our positive reaction. Our children are now schooling and we are enjoying the privileges of being solid citizens of this nation.
My daughter was born in 2011 during the independence, and I named it her after the independence. So this is the day that we are commemorating. Then it is therefore a bright moment for me and everyone to celebrate.
Monroe Nger stated that he plans to attend the ceremony because the day holds significant meaning for him and the entire nation.
Well, I'm ready for the celebration. I will be attending this in person, and I'm going to celebrate. I really appreciate His Excellency Justice Rigby for his role for stabilizing the state into the proper pace. As well, is our governor for Shoy, and actually we really applaud and we really appreciate him in his progress that he is doing. In terms of development, we have seen also some improvement in the state, in development, in fiscal infrastructure and agricultural development. As well, it is new revolution of the agriculture.
The public is encouraged to turn out in large numbers.
Bantu Independence Stadium is the place to be in 9 July, where government officials and partners will turn on to celebrate the historic event. Hitler Gaga Michael, SSBC, Unity State, Bentiu.
Women serving in the organized forces converged for a trauma and conflict-related trauma program focused to addressing challenges women face in their line of duty. The Director for Public Relations and spokesperson of the South Sudan National Prison Service, Major General Anthony Oliver Lege, stresses the importance of addressing trauma in the security sector, especially for women serving in the sector.
It's very important for us as the leadership to come and understand and adhere to what is connected with the awareness of trauma healing, whereby we can incorporate also in our plans, even in our laws, so that we take care of our female personnel within the uniform institutions. The system, it is good that we have the Directorate of Welfare is supposed to do it is working with us with the issue of social welfare of the personnel. And it is very important for the leadership, of course, if there is a problem happening within for your personnel, regardless of being men or
A 3-day mentorship program for women in security sector concluded in Juba. The program, organized by the UN Women in partnership with Hope Africa, is meant to equip women in the security sector with skills and knowledge to combating violence and strengthen their role in decision-making, build confidence, and achieve their career goals. Public Relations and Information Officer at the Directorate of Civil Registry, Nationality, Passports and Immigration, Captain Agdar Paulino Lukudu, highlights the importance of the program to enable women to contribute effectively in reducing acts of gender-based violence in society. A representative of Hope Africa, Adol Lit, outlined the organization's plans to working with national and international partners to empower women to effectively participate in decision-making and provide protection for females in the security sector.
أكبر التحديات اللي كانت بتواجهنا إنه إحنا الومن يونيفورم إنه أغلب النساء كانوا ما عارفين الحقوق بتاعتهم. فمن خلال الكورس ده أي امرأة في يونيفورم بقت عارفة حقها شنو وعارفة إنه هي حتشتغل كيف وإذا غلطوا فيها هي ممكن تتصرف كيف وإذا عندها مطالب بتقدر تطالب به كيف وعارفة إنه هي تقدر تشتغل في مناصب كثيرة. إذا في أي تمييز إذا في أي حاجة بتقدر تتعامل معه بطريقة أحسن. زائد إنه برضو كان عندنا مشكلة بتاعت ثقة. المرأة ما قاعدة تثق في روحها جدا مع إنه هي عندها إمكانيات كبيرة جدا إنه تقدم للدولة دي وتخدم للدولة.
One is that we will have a strategic plan that is followed by these women so that at the end of the day the network has its own plan, its objectives, what they want to achieve and how they want to achieve it. That is one. Number two, we look forward to more women being able to take up their spaces, being able to participate, active in the security sector, active in pushing our leaders to do peace-related activities.
Juba County Commissioner Emmanuel inspected Gudele 2 Kubri Haboba Market, urging the public to maintain clean environment to prevent the spread of diseases. The visit, which included a delegation from Juba County, aimed to assess the ongoing crackdown on vendors and address public health concerns and a follow-up on the enforcement of a local order prohibiting the sale of goods on main roads, bridges and other designated public areas. Samuel Pitia, the Director of Public Order in Juba County, stated that the initiative is being conducted ahead of the upcoming Independence Day celebrations to ensure a clean environment.
لكن ده ما حاجة مفروض يحصل منكم كشركة ما شو مريها ده برا شو مريها نجينا هنا ادينا ديمان نوتين نغرمنا ناس برا الفات غرامة حاجة بيصير نجينا لمولانا شركة لو ما ده ما ضروري غرامة ده عشان انت تنفي شغل انا قابلت زول بتاعكم في مسؤول من ادمن وفي مولانا ده ما تهمموا وما ده جيت على برا وفي يلا ناس بيودا لنا كل ناس جا
في مناسبة كبير الجاي كتبنا له يوم 4 له عيد بتاع استقلال جنوب السودان واجل كله شلنا برا وندبنا شوارع تجهيزات لعيد بتاع استقلال جنوب السودان. فانا نتكلم للشعب بتاعنا في جوبا كاونتي سبيشال الناس بتاع كبرى بوبا انه يا جماعه الناس يتعاملوا الناس يتكاتفوا مع السلطات بتاع المحافظه لانه نظافه ده من الايمان. بعدين النظافه ده زادوا بجانب حاجات كتير بجانب امراض حتى المظهر بتاع البلد بتاعنا زاد بيكون نظيف لانه السوق ده في ناس قاعدين يجوا من برا في السوق جايين يشتري حاجات لازم يلقوا السوق بيكون نظيف ما بيكون فوق وسكان اكياس كتير سنبله ففي تراب مليان نحن طلعناه من حفر. شركه في تزين لقينا انه قد المرات ادينا لهم انذارات بكلام بتاع السبتي تانك بتاعهم. فالسلطات بتاع جوبا كاونتي شيلوا قرار قوي جدا انه نحن بعدين من هنا بنتخذ معهم اجراءات قانونيه.
وانا كشغال هيله مربع 10 كل مره بنعاني من مشكله مويه بتتكلم من زين لكن مكاريف ما في مويه لكن مويه بيقدم هنا. الحمد لله جيت وشفت بنت وانا شفت زي اول مره لان المره كله حتى ما في موتور ما في كاريف لكن مويه قرب لنا المويه ده فيه ريحه فعشان هنا قاعد الشك ذاته موجوده.
لكن
Juba City Council has declared general cleaning campaign as part of preparation for the 14th anniversary of the country's independence. During the campaign, Juba City Mayor Johnson Soka commended the spirit of cooperation and togetherness demonstrated by the youth and leadership of the Kota Council to preserving the public facilities, enforcement of urbanization policies, and enhance well-being of the residents. For his part, Timon Wani Marcelo called on the young people to support developmental activities, appreciating the combined efforts of citizens in developing the city.
ويتو عشان تساهموا في نظافة بتاع مدينة بتاع جوبا وبالذات جوبا بلوك. أننا دايرين نقول من السمات بتاع حضارة عشان يقولوا أنت زول متحضر وأنت زول فاهم هو النظافة ده هو يبوري لأنه أنت زول متحضر ولا أنت ما متحضر. ومن هنا أنا بقول للمواطنين بتاعنا كله في بيوت بتاعهم الليلة وبكرة وبعد بكرة كلموا ندبوا داخل بيوت بتاعهم وكلموا ندبوا سراوندينج قدام بيوت بتاعهم ويجهزوا وساقة بتاعهم ويودوا العربات تا غربج. البلد ده ما في ناس بيجي من برا عشان يندبوا ولا في ناس بيجي من برا عشان يبنيوا. اللي نحن يالتا بلد نحن اللي بنبني بلد بتاعنا.
جنوب السودان على استغلال الجديد نبودي شنو مش عايزين منه. عشان كده الشباب وري انه من بودي نظافه من بندفوا من بيساعد في ديفلوبمنت من بيساعد في تطور تعجبه وتنميه تعجبه. ومن هذا المنبر عشان كده احنا بنشكر الشباب ديل وكده بنستمر بنفس الروح واننا جاهزين عشان نعمل لهم سبورت في كل وقت. بيست فريندز كده من جا قدام كل وقت احنا بسبورتهم باي حاجه من دايرين عشان بيساعدوا شغل تا سيتي كانسل كده ولا قدام.
تاني بنديبو من مونريال لخادي موبيل كله مناطق بتجوبة ده ليلة أو لخادي تاني تيوم عشان الناس بدخل باستغلال كله أنا بكون مسؤولين في نظافة بتجوبة. أبيل بتاعي بيمشي لكل مواطنين. All people of good wills. كلنا جاسوا. ده مدينة بتاعنا كلنا نديبو كلنا.
Religious leaders and development partners have called on young people to champion reconciliation efforts and serve as peace ambassadors within their communities. This came during a training program organized by the Presbyterian Relief and Development Organization aimed at empowering youth across multiple sectors to foster sustainable peace, development, and social progress. The executive director of the Presbyterian Relief and Development Agency, Reverend Tut Mai, stressed the need to creating a conducive environment for young people to thrive and lead peace efforts. Echoing this sentiment, Franco Callisto, program officer at Christian Aid, outlined the initiative's broader goals aimed to strengthen the capacities of church leaders, women, and youth in fostering inclusive social processes.
We thought at the Presbyterian Relief Development Agency, together with our partner, Christian Aid, we are focusing that can we encourage, can we motivate, can we engage, can we create a platform where people's, child leaders, community leaders, youth, women, and people with disability are to be involved in what lead to peace. Doing what lead to peace, speak what lead to peace, even think of what lead to peace.
This very specific peace building effort is mainly related to strengthening the capacities of church leaders, women, youth, and people with disability in inclusive building processes.
ونتمنى بأنه مؤتمر يعني يستمر لقدام لأنه بناء بتاع السلام مهم خاصة للشباب. الشباب محتاجين الوحدانية، الشباب محتاجين توعية تام. ليه اختاروا الشباب بتاع الكنيسة؟ لأنه التنشئة السليم في كنيسة بيعلم الناس المحبة.
And finally, as South Sudan continues to shine both locally and globally in the world of basketball, that spirit was reflected on Friday during a friendly match at the Bank of South Sudan Sports Complex. The Bank of South Sudan men's basketball team defeated Dar Petroleum Operating Company 75-57 in an exciting game. In the women's game, Dar Petroleum Operating Company DPOC came out on top with a 37-26 victory over the Bank of South Sudan women's team. The event was attended by officials from both institutions who emphasized the importance of sports in building institutional cooperation, promoting staff fitness, fostering a healthy and motivated workforce. And that's all we have in this news bulletin. From me, Duku Wilson, and my colleagues in the studio, we all thank you for watching, and please continue with the rest of our programs. Good afternoon.